obviously I live in New Jersey, and the city is just what, a 20-minute, 40-minute train ride, depending on where you're at in Jersey. Yep. Like, what do you think about the comedy scene? I don't do a whole lot of comedy in New York. I do, but not as much as I do in Jersey. Mm-hmm. You know, and I feel that, you know, now that a lot of us are producing shows, I think we can put on a great show in New Jersey. You don't have to go to New York all the time to see a quality show with pro comics. So, Kate, do you produce shows? Do you produce
I have a show. It's a Blue Plate special comedy show.
Okay.
I do it at the Elks Lodge in South Orange. Yeah, Gordon's done it. It's a lot of fun, right?
Very fun.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
There's even pizza there sometimes.
Yeah, I get pizza for the comics. I get all the comics pizza.
Okay.
We have a good time. I like to have people on, like it. So a Blue Plate special was a menu item on diner menus during the Great Depression.
Okay.
And basically it was food that was left over but was still good. Mm-hmm. And they'd fill up a plate with all the different kinds of food that you needed to have a nutritious meal. But it was always cheap because it was the leftover stuff. So it's called the Blue Plate special. It would always be on the blue plate. So the idea of the show is everything's a little bit different, everybody's different, but you still get the nutrition you need for your soul.
Okay.
And the comedy.
Absolutely, and that's good for your soul. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And it's like a positive thing. It's, you know, like we make fun of each other and rib on each other and we have a good time, but like it is overall a very positive environment. It's like we're all coming here because we want to have fun.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's not like this, like, I don't know, you know, sometimes you go to a comedy club and it's like, it almost feels like the comics are battling the audience constantly.
Now, why is that? Why do you think that is? You think it's the promoter, the club that kind of sets that tone, or is it the comedians or the host that kind of sets that all up?
Yeah, I don't know.
So I think it's sometimes it's the host, because you're like the DJ. You have to control the tempo of the night, so you can't really set it up as a pitch of competition. Like, oh, wait till you see let's just sit back and have a good damn time.
Yeah.
You know.
Or like you just start making fun of people in a way that's like mean off the bat. Like there's a way to playfully make fun of each other. That's one of my favorite things about New Jersey is like you don't know, somebody's not your friend until they make fun of you.
Yep.
Right.
We're aggressive people.
That's how we express affection.
Yeah.
But we do it in a way that's like you can't, in order to make fun of somebody well, you have to know them. You have to be paying attention to who they are.
Right.
So it shows that you're interested. It shows that you care.
You're not just hating them.
Right.
Like if you have an interest, if you understand who they are, it's not hate at that point. It's just like, oh, I get who you are and type of things like that.
Right.
We know each other. Mm-hmm. It's like we're familiar. That's one thing. Like the crowd wants to be familiar with you. First off, they want to feel comfortable. They want you as a host. I feel like they always want you to acknowledge the weird thing they just saw on stage.
Right.
If you come, like if a comic went up there and said something wild, and the crowd responded like, "Oh, that was wild."
Yeah.
You come back up on stage as a host and go, "That was crazy, right?"
Yeah. No, you gotta be in the room with the people. I don't get. I mean, I understand certain people. Once you get to a certain level, you're coming into the club, you're doing your time, you're going somewhere else. But every show that I do, I try to watch as much of the show as possible. Like be in the room with everybody.
Yeah. You got it. It just makes it more genuine.
So much.
You know?
Yeah.
You can't come in there like a cookie cutter. You know, just saying, I'm going to do my jokes 1 through 7 and I'm out this week. You got to kind of blend in and kind of feel the vibe out a little bit.
I think those are better shows. I like those kind of shows. Maybe that's what it is like the comedy club scene, like the New York old school comedy clubs, even out here. It's very like, I get up, I do my time, I get off. You know, like I'm just...
Yeah, it's very rigid. It's not loose.
You're in the back room, you're not paying attention.
Like I feel like New York has some of that, but it's like in the small pockets of like in like
the basement clubs,
clubs,
weird shows,
like alternative rooms and stuff like that. Like Brooklyn has a ton of those, like bar shows that you feel at home, you feel cozy. Like the Knitting Factory is one of those places that
I've never been there.
You gotta come check out. Like it's one of those places that it's in Williamsburg, it's a gentrified area, but it also has a feel of like this is not a club. We're comedians. We're all hanging out. It's in a bar. It's in the front of a bar. So and like it gets packed and it's free, so you're not getting charged or anything like that. It's more welcoming and.
Now is that more of like? Do you have an actual crowd, or are you just performing in front of a bunch of comics too? It's just it's a nice blend of. They
get close to like 100 people that show up for free.
Wow.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Pancakes are out soon. Get you guys fade.
Thank you.
Alright, so Gordon, man, so what's up with your shows you're producing, man? You got a show you're producing out in Jersey City?
I have the Culture Vulture. I do
Culture
with
Vulture.
Ariel Liady.
Okay.
Homie Liady. We do that. We moved it over to Porta, JC. Porta, the
Seen that.
nice artisanal pizza place. We were at Mrs. Wong's, and that was a speakeasy at Taldeck. And we moved it over because like we didn't want to charge too much for the show. We wanted to keep it simple. And we're still doing that. We keep it at $10. There's no drink memo. And the drinks at Porta now are a lot cheaper.
Okay.
And they're really helping us out. They're happy to have us there.
That's what's up.
So that was the whole thing. Like just have a comfortable, cool spot that people can want to come out, and then hang out afterwards.
And you sound like you're in a good location too.
Yeah.
You're right on the trains and everything. It's
Right by Grove Street Station.
See.
Like a couple of, not even like a 2-minute walk
See, that's
from the Grove
dope.
Street Station.
And you can
it's
catch
easy
all the
to get
people out
to.
there that work too.
Yep.
Over by the water. They walk right over.
Yeah, a lot of locals like the fact that we're at Porta because it's kind of like a chill hangout spot for like after work. So they all come over and they enjoy it, and hopefully we'll keep it going. We're a year in now.
I see.
Moved
Good.
over a year.
Good.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
I gotta get out there. Check that out.
Yeah, I do that one, and I also do the Big Ten at Stress Factory.
Okay.
And that's like a monthly showcase that I do, try to introduce people that have never been to the club. So
Good. See, that's why I fuck with Gordon, man. I've known Gordon for about close to 10 years.
yeah,
Oh,
No,
wow.
Gordon, yeah.
You guys go way
Yeah,
back.
we go back. We go back. When I met Gordon, it was at the Holiday and doing a show with Bobby Gonzo.
yeah.
And
Look.
it was funny. I was there with Double D, and Gordon came in looking much younger.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Less tatted. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he had as many tats.
Nope.
But I know this brother came in with a notebook. I was looking and I was like, oh, he's serious. He's right. And then he got up on stage. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I was like, this dude got material. It was funny as hell. I was like, yo, I fucks with him. Gordon. So ever since then, I've been fucking with Gordon, yo. I'm definitely one of my favorite comedians.
Always
to
stay
watch,
with a
brother.
notebook, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta know them.
always stay with a notebook.
What's that?
A little bit
See?
smaller.
You got a little, that's like a little black book right there.
Yep.
That's a real little one.
Yeah, it just gets me going. Like whenever something hits me, I just jot it down.
I
Is that
prefer-
your process? What's your process, Kate?
Yeah, definitely anything I think of, like, that pops into my head, write it down immediately. And I definitely prefer to write with my hand than to, like, put it in a note in my phone.
Yeah.
That
It
helps.
feels,
That
yeah.
helps with physical memory. Although, say physical memory, that helps with your memory also.
Right, right.
Yeah. Gordon, man, tell me, man, how do you get prepped for a show besides having some dope material? How does Gordon get his mindset right before a show? Do you have a drink or two? Do you kind of sit alone and stare at a wall?
No. I like being around people.
Yeah.
I like being around other comics.
Okay.
I used to headphones and music on the way to the show. You know, like psych myself up for it. But now it's to a point where I'm just like, I like what I do. I like the people I work with. So it's easier for me to get there and just start talking with people.
Okay.
And it gets me in the rhythm of get ready for the show.
I like that too. Like, if I
Yeah.
go into a show without having, like, kind of been around people and just talking, it, like,
Yeah.
gets you opened up, gets you warmed up a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Because the whole skill is talking to people.
Right.
So, if, like, that's a great way to kind of do your stretching
Right.
before a show.
Okay.
And I feel, I feel weird if I have to, like, I hate getting to a place right before I'm going up. Do you hate that?
Yeah. I like to have some time for myself. Not even for myself, just to be around and kind of have a feel for the audience.
Yeah.
And hear what they're laughing at. And kind of, if the host is going back and forth with them, having a conversation with them.
See what the hot topics are, what
Yeah.
the hot things are
Yeah.
going on. Okay. Do you find yourself staying away from certain people because you know certain people talk too goddamn much? You're like, this person's gonna take me out my zone.
Oh, yeah.
I like you and all, but
Uh-huh.
you're just talking way too much. Because I'm the type of comic, like I like to come to a show and I like to watch the comics going up. Not just to listen to what they're grabbing at, but I'm a fan of comedy too, so I want to hear their shit as well. So sometimes you got somebody that's just chatting your fucking ear off. Sometimes I just got to get into like a selfish mind frame. Like, listen, man, I got to get into my little world so I can.
I'm a big fan of comedy, so like I like just being able to watch other comics help me out with it.
Yeah.
And not all comics, but like
Yeah.
clear. But
Not all
there's a
comedy is
group-
good comedy.
Yeah.
Let me be clear.
There's certain people I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go check my man.
yeah. What? No, man, you.
Or it's
Go
like,
ahead.
What's this
God,
flyer?
now.
Who are these 17 people? Let's go sit down for a 3-hour show. Oh, I don't fucking know.
It's like, dude, just please stop talking to me.
Kate, what are some of your like? Have you ever had like a weird fucking conversation before you went up on stage, and just kind of brought that on stage with you? Like sometimes I can't. Like if somebody's just having a conversation to me and it's too weird or they're revealing too much and it's shocking to me, I can't shake it until I talk about it. Like I gotta like hey, this motherfucker just said some wild shit to me before I got on stage.
Yep.
Like Gordon, I know you do that shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've seen you.
Because I like to talk about
Real shit. Like
like I don't want to shy away from anything. I really want to just be able to be honest with you. Like the other day, before I went into the show, I don't know if it was like the reverends with the collar.
Yeah.
Is that a father or
I don't know.
a
Father.
brother or like whatever it
It's
was?
a religious man.
Clergy.
Yeah, clergy.
Clergy, there you go.
Was waiting on the subway, waiting for the one train to go to 42nd Street. And this clergyman bumped into me, didn't say excuse me, and I look up, like, cause I had an attitude like, oh man, what, you ain't gonna say excuse me? And I look up and I see the clergy attire, I'm just like, oh, where is our guys, people doing it nowadays? And just bumping in without saying excuse me? Like, I know you forgive him for your sins, but come on, bro, like.
You gotta ask for forgiveness.
You ain't seen it?
I was just like, I felt so weird because I looked around like, could I say something to this dude? Or
Yes. Yes. You guys don't share the same wardrobe.
No. Is he going to take care of it himself? Is he going to get to the confession? Like, y'all bumping to this black guy, but I'm really in a rush.
He's gonna confess. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I leaned in on his shoulder. I felt it.
Father, forgive me. I was running late. Forgive me.
But I elbowed this black
I
guy.
elbowed this black dude to make sure I was on the right track.
He's in the goddamn way. He's checking his phone. He's checking his phone.
But yeah, like, I like talking about, like, stuff that's fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
It makes it, I don't know, it just makes it easier for me to be around the crowd and like do my set if I'm more comfortable that way. And like I feel like if it doesn't feel like a show, it feels like that's one thing I like about doing my 10 feet open mic. It didn't feel like it was a show. It felt like I had guests over and just hanging out with them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, all right, you're just hanging out, we're gonna have some fun. Like it's like the reason I got into comedy is because like I was hanging out with friends and I wanted to be able to make what me and my friends did. Like take an inside joke and make it an outside joke, make it an everybody joke.
Yeah.
And like essentially that's what I do now. So that's why I like talk about stuff that's real recent to me. Because not only is not fully prepared and like I got a script for it, it's like I'm finding the funny in it also. Because I want to laugh my damn self. I don't want to just make you laugh. I feel like I have to be like so cocky when people tell a joke and they like, you don't gotta laugh at your joke, but to sit there with this smug look like, yeah, I did that to you.
I got him.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, come on.
I knew that looked at him.
It's like a chef watching you eat, like, yeah. I know that's good. Right?
Look at that nigga like, everybody like bacon, man. Hey, like, you raised this pig. You read up that nighttime stories. Everybody like bacon, man.
You take it away from the experience. If you just go and sit there and stare like, yeah, I did that. Alright, cool, man. Let me finish and give you your compliments afterwards. It's just like,
We can high five later.
yeah.
Kate, how do you find the game with comedy? Do you find yourself on in a lot of shows where it's just male dominated? Because I started producing shows this past year, and I always made it a point to have a woman on the show. Try to have at least one or two, a woman booked on the show, but any floater can come by and just get on the show. But as far as like booking, definitely want a woman on the show. And it could be more than one woman. It could be 2 women on the show, but I just find
You want the women's?
yeah, I want the women's on there, but I just think it's important. Do you notice that it's always a stack lineup of dudes? Do you find that?
A lot of the time it is, and it kind of sucks being the only lady on the lineup.
Yeah.
Because it's like you are now representing half of the population.
Right.
It's like, oh, this is the woman. She's gonna tell us how all of the women feel.
Representation of the women.
And yeah, it can. I usually call it out when it happens. I like to draw attention to it because I do think my comedy does kind of lean towards talking about what it's like being, like I talk about my personal experiences, and I'm a woman, so a lot of my personal experiences have to do with being a woman.
Right.
So I try to draw attention to it intentionally, because there are lots of women doing comedy who are really funny, and when it's just one lady on the lineup, it almost highlights it even more. It's like, oh, we needed a girl.
Right.
So we threw one on. Like I'm booked on shows a lot where I'm like the only woman there, and I have a lot more fun when there's more ladies on the show.
Okay.
And I feel like if I am the only girl, it leans in towards this thing that's like, oh, you're not like a regular girl, you're a cool girl. And it's like,
you're the
it's
chosen
like, no,
one.
girls are great. Like I like my people. Don't tell me I'm like the special, like, you know. You're a special girl. You're different from other girls. You know, you don't like drama. You're different. It's like, no, you don't talk to enough women.
I can't stand that mentality, like, because people say that like women aren't as funny as men. I'm just like, that is a dumb thing to say out loud, but you just said it. And not even my favorite, but like my favorite, something that happened back when I was doing the GQ comedy show at 10th Street. I had Michelle Wolf on the show, and she came through, and she was headlining it, and I was paying her for the show. This one comic came up to her while I was paying her. How come she gets paid and I don't?
The fuck? Serious though?
In front of her.
Oh.
In front of her.
In front of her. See, that's the thing too. Like, if it was a guy, do you think that comic would have come up and been like, how come he gets paid and I don't in front of him? I don't think so.
No, he wouldn't have done that. And that's fucked up.
It's like a clear level of disrespect.
Yeah, that's disrespect.
Obvious level of disrespect. And like, it's something that it needs to stop and needs to be checked. A lot of dudes need to be checked on that shit because like, just because you're a dude don't mean you're funny, bro.
Exactly. And just because you up there talking don't mean that shit is comedy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you know,
the confidence that men have to like say shit that everybody else has said before, or like, we don't want to laugh at your inside jokes with your friends. Like, we don't get it. Like we were saying, you take the jokes you come up with your friends, but you find a way to relate it to a room full of people.
Right.
There are these lazy people out there, and I don't want to stereotype, but dudes mostly.
No,
dudes.
Dudes.
And they're like, well, this is funny with me and my friends, and wait till you hear me talk about jerking off. You guys have never heard this one before, and it's like,
No, we have
Yeah.
Nothing new.
But that's also, I think, part of the advantage of being a woman is like, it's the first time a lot of people are hearing this perspective on things. And like it makes me feel so good when I see women in the room who are like, they get it. They're like, oh my God, I've been saying that, or like stuff like that. And they finally get to see that represented on stage. It's really wonderful.
I feel it's important. Kate, thank you for pointing out my lack of women on the show. She's like, you just have one woman on the show.
He was so proud of himself. He's like, I tried to put a woman on the show.
I was breaking my arm, patting myself in the back with that shit. Like, yeah, motherfucker, see what we doing for women? Me too, motherfucker. You know, but now I gotta have more.
I'm not sexist. My best friends are women. I have a woman who's a friend.
I'm married to a woman.
Married to a woman right there? I got sister-in-laws. Next Pancake Social, all women. Fuck that. Just all women. And I'm cooking. Okay? I mean, shit. Crazy shit.
That's why I like running the show with Ariel. I coach her the show. Since we started the show, we've only had one straight white male on the show. Throughout the whole show. Throughout the whole time we're running it. And people just like, how come you guys are doing that? Then I look at flyers for comedy clubs around here, and it's like, what comedy club? I looked at Uncle Vinny's down there. The whole lineup, white. With one woman. It's just like, y'all don't see.
I think it's such a boring show, right?
Do you
like
notice
Blue Plate
that?
Special is the same way. It's like it's usually the outlier if there is a straight white guy on the show.
Yeah.
But but it's more interesting because different people have different perspectives.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the great things about New Jersey comedy and like New York too. You get all these different perspectives, all these different comedians. It's so much more of a fun show that way.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. How are the pancakes? This is a quick question.
They're very good.
They're good? They're very good?
Yes.
All right. You heard that shit? They're very good. I make them shits from scratch. Ain't no box shit here. The pancake socialistic success. I'm happy. I don't fuck all the talking. The pancakes, they said they like that shit. Fuck that shit. I'm happy for the pancakes. No,
Well,
thank you guys, man.
Can I ask you guys, like,
What's
as
up?
black comedians, do you ever find that you're the only black person on the lineup?
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
like, how does that make you feel?
You need that shit. So no, I think they need to have more black comics on the show, but I think they do need to add a black comic on the show. It shouldn't just be stacked with a whole bunch of white guys, because like you said, everybody has their own take on things. You just want you want a variety. You know, you gotta, when you're putting a show together, you can't be that selfish to yourself, like, nah, I just want to do it like this. It's to appeal to the audience.
Yep.
You know, so you can't just say, I'm gonna get all my buddies on this show. You know, some of us do, sometimes we do, but you definitely want a nice, colorful show so it covers everybody. You know? Gordon, you notice you be the only black guy on that shit, you know?
Until all the time, and like people say stuff like, well, Renee's not gonna give a spot away. You gotta earn being on it. Like, what happened to being deserving of being on the show? I'm just like, all right. So everybody on the show that's deserving of it is all white, 3 white guys.
Yeah.
There's nobody else. No other point of view. There's nobody from your crowd that's gonna come in and be like, hey,
Right.
I'd like to hear something from my point of view also,
Right.
or hear something that's related to me, or like, not to say that a whole white guy's comedy show can't do that, but at a certain point, I know that's not happening.
Yeah.
You're only getting one viewpoint from one type of people, and it's just like, yeah, it's disheartening, but hey, I just think that mentality is gonna fade away pretty goddamn soon. So hopefully,
yeah. You know, and I think it comes down to like the people you book, Kate. Like you personally, you like some of them, and some of them you may have seen once or twice, and you just like, you know what? I like this person. I see that they're grinding. I want to have you on my show.
Yeah.
And sometimes I can see how a show can get really one-sided, whether it be, you know, all black, all white comedians, all men, just because you kind of go with what you like too. And I think a lot of club owners do that too. Like they have their favorites, and all of a sudden their favorites is like, yo, you got to switch up the fucking lineup. These guys, like, yeah, you like their jokes that they've been doing for the past 15 fucking years, but there's a bunch of comics that are young, coming up, you know, developing their material that's just as funny, that needs to be exposed to that, you know, that audience. You know, because I've seen a couple of clubs, or a couple of shows, I'm just like, damn, y'all again? It's like the Rat Pack. You know what I mean? Like, I understand what the Decepticons are doing. That's a crew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not like, you know, it's not like it's like the same random lineup again at the other Joe Schmo pub or whatever the hell they at. You know?
like if a comic's gotta grow, bookers gotta grow. Like if a comic's mentality and like jokes are going to be new, you gotta do the same. You can't just be the same old comedy booker. Like, all right, I got you coming around this time every single time every year. You're not growing your fan base. You're not helping that comic. You're not helping anybody in that scenario.
Yeah.
And you're killing out people that want to come to a show because it's the same thing over and over and over again. People like get new, younger, different people into your venue.
That's what I know. Like when I was doing the show up on Park Street, I was trying to be more conscious of how much time I was doing, because I don't want to run them in the fucking ground with just me doing it. It's not about me. It's about the people I have on the show. So I'll try to do less up front. And then some people are like, yo, you should just talk more. Like, nah, I got like 4 or 5 other people that y'all haven't seen. I want to give them time, you know, because sometimes you'll go to somebody's show and they just eat an hour off the top.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Drooling away.
Now, you host your show, right,
Yeah.
Kate? So how much time do you do off the top to get the crowd?
Maybe like 10 at the most, you know, and it's very loose. It's very like getting to know the crowd. It's
more crowd
opening things up. Yeah, definitely. I want everybody to get comfortable. I want us to all be in this together. Yeah.
More pancakes? You good?
I'm good on the pancakes.
Good?
I'm good. These were so good.
Yeah.
Thank you so
A lot
much.
of carbs this morning.
And I don't like to do too much in between. Like I like to have a little fun to tie it together.
Yeah.
Like I also don't really like when a show is just like, and your next comic, and your next comic, and your next comic, because then it feels like a list.
Yep.
Like I like that the host should be the cohesive piece.
Yep.
It pulls it all together. Have fun in the middle. I do this thing in my show. I have these buckets on stage and questions, and the audience can write down their answers to the questions.
Okay.
So I start with the general, just like ask a comedian, and then the comics can pull them throughout the show and just like see what shit people are saying. And it's a really fun way to be interactive with the crowd without having them yell out at you constantly, because we all know that can derail a show.
Yeah.
So, and then like my shows are usually themed. Like the last show was Jersey regions versus each other for like comedy Jersey dominance. So it was like, what's the best part of your part of New Jersey and why? Or like, what's the worst part? And then the comics could read that, and like I pulled them. That was my crowd work in between acts. So it was fun because everybody kept the theme going, kept everything cohesive, and like I booked people who I know talk about Jersey in their acts too.
Right.
Or who could. So I like that a lot. I like giving the audience, and as they're waiting for the show to start, it gives them something to do too.
So that's one thing you don't want to wait your audience out too.
Yeah.
Like, your show starts at 8 o'clock, and you have people that got there like 7:30 or 1:45. You can't start your show at 9. Those people already been here for about an hour and a half. And they haven't heard not one damn joke. They listened to about 25 songs. There's a DJ.
Yeah, restless.
Yeah, they even asked you, so when's the show start?
Right.
So when's the show, so I think sometimes you got to train your audience, just start the damn show.
Yeah.
There's 8 people there, start the show. And then once the people that come late, they're going to be tiptoeing in. You're like, oh shit, y'all do start at 8.
Yeah.
Well, that's what time your show starts.
Hold on. Let's take a moment of silence to honor all of the "what time do you go on" messages that we've gotten.
Do you, don't you hate that? Like, what time do you go on?
So you're not gonna come, bro?
Yeah, I'm not coming, yeah. How many, like, let me ask you this, do you even pick up your phone if you have a show that night? Isn't that aggravating?
Yep.
Sometimes? It's like,
All the
especially when you're hosting
information
and
is out
producing
there.
the shit.
All the flyers are on the social media. All the information is out there. If you want to come, you show up.
It's almost like a slap in the face. Like, you serious? You like the flyer I posted yesterday. You're going to ask me what time the show starts? You ask me what time I'm on the show.
What time do you go up?
The only time I've never
done a show that was like, you'll be on at 8:17.
Right, I did one show like that. It was the Broadway Comedy Club. They gave me a show. They gave me a time like that. I was amazed. I was like, you guys know I'm going on at 8:17, like 8:17.
Yep.
So I can bullshit all fucking day as long as I'm back here at 8:17.
Yep.
Here's Ty Raney. Like, that's amazing to me.
Yeah. I like shows like that keeps a regimen also, but
like no one. I hate getting that question. Like you kind of got my dander up. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just like, how the hell? Like, just say you're not gonna come, because no one's gonna show. You're not gonna show up at that exact time. If I'm going on at 8:17, like you said, and I tell you I'm going on at 8:17, what time are you gonna show up then? If you like, what time I'm going on? I'm going on at 8:17.
8:30.
I'll be
That's
at
what you said.
Yeah,
Be there at 8:30.
And when you get there, like, oh, you done?
Well, yeah.
Yo, ask them if they can give you some more time. I hate that. Yo, ask them if you can get back up there. What
I've
the
never
fuck
had
you-
anybody ask
That's-
I had some people ask me that.
Wow.
I had people ask, like, yo, you can't move that to Thursday?
No, actually I can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell this
Yeah, let me
club
just
and the
call
headliner.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, my buddies want to know if you can move this shit to Thursday.
It's not working for them.
Not working for them. I'm free, but they just can't make it.
I have
I know
friends
we got our thing going.
who like apologize for not coming to my shows all the time, and I'm like, it's okay.
It's all good.
It's fine. Like I'm not mad at you for not coming. I do shows every night. Like I'm not mad at you for not coming to the show. It's cool.
Yeah.
We're cool. But this is also people who are like, I'm gonna come. When's your next show? Like I'll be there. And I'm like, I already knew you weren't coming. Don't apologize.
See,
Don't waste our time.
you fucking know, because it's always like that, and you can't. I don't take it personal. I busted chops because you've been saying this for the past whatever how many years I've been doing comedy. You coming to the next show, and I don't. Like you said, we're doing shows all the damn time.
So let me know when the next one is. No, I don't send out
Please,
individual messages.
Please.
I don't like yo. You didn't let me know. Like dude, I got a website I pay yearly for. I'm letting the world fucking know.
Yep.
You know how to spell my name. We grew up together. You know?
You can find me.
But I guess, you know what I think it is? I think it's just people's way of saying, I like that you're doing that. You know, like they want to show that they're supportive.
Yeah.
But it's like, just say that. You don't have to like say you're gonna, you know, come to a show.
Yeah, I'll take a good luck, break a leg.
Yeah.
Hey, appreciate you. Yeah, you gotta.
The one thing I don't like though is when people see you, they be like, so yo, you still doing that comedy thing? Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah. People
It's
ask
not
me
even a
that.
comedy thing at this point.
People are like, how's comedy going?
I'll tell you how it's going. Nowhere near you.
Yeah, exactly.
How's
Oh,
comedy
man.
going? I get that all the time.
Yeah, how's it going?
How's it going? It's
That's great.
I do shows.
Yeah.
People laugh at the shows. I do more shows. If that's how it's going. Like,
I don't know how to answer that.
yeah. But I think it's just people know that you do it, and a lot of people aren't good at talking.
A lot of
That's
people
what
are
I
good at
come down
talking.
to.
A lot of people don't know how to commit to something that they love.
Mm.
Like the one thing that is admirable about comedians that do it regularly is the fact they do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How hard they do it, how many different projects they do it, how far they go in different places. A lot of people aren't used to seeing someone pursue something like that and actually accomplish it.
Yeah.
Like you having your own show, I know your friends are like, whoa, well, all right. And then now it's just keep going, it's over a year, and people are like, oh, for real. Because people say they want to do stuff and they never do it.
Right. True.
Mm-hmm.
And you're one of the few people that actually are doing something that you want to do. That's shocking to people.
It is.
Yeah. And it's hard work. You know, there's no instant. I mean, when you make an audience laugh, that's a level of instant gratification, but it's really not. You have to grind. You just have to keep going up and trust that the harder you work and the more you work, you'll move forward. It's slow, right? It's like, I got booked at this club I've been wanting to get booked at. Okay, great. Now for like 6 months, you just keep doing the same thing, grinding away, meeting people. But it's just, you have to put in the time. You have to do the work.
You do.
It's not just like I did this show and I was so funny and now I'm on HBO. Like,
It don't work like that. It's rare that it works like that, but it don't work like that.
and it is an art. You know, it's not something that you go to school for. You get a degree, you have a credential, you get a job. Like, it's not laid out in that way. You have to. It's a very different kind of work.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. It takes a lot of dedication and a lot of nerve, man. A lot of people ain't going up in front of folks just fucking spilling their guts or just revealing, being so vulnerable.
So a lot of people, that's the hardest thing in the world to do. Sit in front of somebody and talk.
Yeah. I
So
love
you're
it.
used to it now.
I'm used to it now.
It's like skydiving. Man. Like the first time I did it, like wow, I was exhilarated.
You
Second
been
time,
skydiving? No.
How many times have you been skydiving?
no, but that's kind of
I
how
would like
it
to
is.
do it though.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely
Yeah.
never gonna do it. I didn't know how cheap it was, and that's what scared me.
Oh, the price?
Yeah.
Would you
That is
rather-
not more
You
expensive.
want to put your life at risk for more money?
I probably, yeah.
Well, yeah, because
You would feel better?
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
you're like, this
I'm only
isn't
paying
enough money.
$1.10 for this jump.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay $3.25 because that might guarantee my.
It literally costs $250 to jump out of a plane.
that
that
is
is-
kind
That's
of
less than a
alarming.
PlayStation.
I'm begging more on this parachute. Come on.
I was like, yo, I changed my mind. I just got a PlayStation, man. You go ahead and jump out that plane.
Yeah. What do you mean it's $250?
What?
The shoot alone should be $1,000.
Yeah. How much is the plane, bro? Isn't that just the training?
I can't even fly to LA for $250. You mean I'm going over there and jumping out?
That is true. You would feel a little bit better if you did say like, 500. All right.
All right.
That's
reasonable.
No,
you're talking.
This isn't somewhere you want people cutting costs.
Exactly.
Like, let's just reuse these parachutes until they break. And it's like, how do you know when it's broken? You got me?
My friend, he skydives, and he was like, yeah, to pay for someone to pack your chute is $100. I was like, that's not enough.
Can I take him out to dinner? What is he allergic to? I want to get him something nice.
I want him to meet my mama.
What's he doing for the holidays?